Hey guys, welcome back. It's time. We have another what looks like a blatant scam, this time with Can't Stop Cards Inc., who is we got another middleman situation in case anyone didn't learn from the previous events with all the Marks card stuff, etc. Just send the cards in yourself to the grading companies. It's bad enough that there's enough bad things that can happen when you do that, whether it's the graders damaging your cards, the shipping companies losing the stuff, and then you trying to file a claim for it, but you can't file a claim for it. We got some more of that coming up probably later in the week as well to take a look at. But for the time being here, we're going to take a look at Can't Stop Cards, who is, in my opinion, from first glance here, looks like they were just kind of pretending to be a middleman service. They were going to send your cards. They're in Canada. They were going to send your cards to the grading companies for you. Guys, do this yourself. I know it might seem daunting at first. Send your own cards in. If you need to, send it with somebody that you absolutely trust, without a doubt, with that amount of money. Here, me just looking at this, just first glance, the fact that they only have 999 followers, and you're going to send them, maybe thousands of dollars worth of cards. You're going to send them cash as well to grade these cards. That's crazy to me. Not to mention the fact that they are actually somehow following more accounts than they have followers. Again, they're probably just following accounts in order to get people to follow them back. Maybe they just wanted to actually follow that many accounts. I'm not sure. But anyway, the size of the Instagram profile, whether you're into sports cards, Pokemon cards, etc., Instagram is a pretty key component. So if your main profile has a lack of followers, it should be a red flag right away. So also, not to mention the fact, we got like all kinds of like videos and stuff here, but we see like the standard posts. And there's been just an insane amount of like fake game stores, etc., that have popped up recently. And typically, because they don't have an actual game store, because they don't have anything to actually post, it'll just be like these little infographics, etc., in order to, I guess, get new followers or to look more official. But yeah, pretty much that. We just got a bunch of photoshopped basketball players, hockey players, etc. So again, we're just looking at all the obvious here. If you're going to send your cards off to somebody that's going to send them somewhere else, you're adding a layer of risk, but also at the same time, you have to like completely vet this stuff. Unless it's something that's super reliable, then your risk is significantly smaller. But in this case, just even looking at the Instagram profile, and it doesn't get better from there. We're going to go through all the details, but let's read what someone wrote me. Again, thank you to everyone that reaches out with information on whether it's scams, anything of the sort. In this case, it's mostly, I guess, sports cards that are probably affected, but the individual that reached out to me was going to have them grade Pokemon cards. So they say, hey man, I'll get if you're too busy to respond, but I just wanted to let you know about Can't Stop Cards Inc. I sent them $400 to grade my 5 Charizards. 3 were from my childhood, 1 Rainbow VMAX and 1 Shiny Star V. Been 2 years and never received my cards or money back, and others are saying they got scammed as well. I have a couple emails and screenshots to prove it. Filed a police report, but I guess I just have to accept the loss. Anyways, thanks for your time, man, and take care. So, always appreciated when, I mean, even if you first reach out to me, and it sounds like something that's viable, if you just say like so-and-so was probably scamming people, like, I probably don't have enough time to actually look into that, but if you can show me some receipts, preferably in like chronological order and sort of like well laid out, it goes a long way in saving me time so that I can actually look into the finer details and to easily make a video so at least more people are able to reach out if they had the same issue. So all of that, very appreciated. Thanks for reaching out. And I say just that, hey, thanks for reaching out. Can you please send me screenshots of everything? So they do, and we're going to take a look through those. And hopefully we get a resolution on this. So like, to me, this seems like just straight, like from the information that I've gathered, their website is gone now. It's just like a bunch of like the most awful pop-up click bait download. You're the worst hacks of all time. So we're not going to look at that, but we have their little link in bio So we got some posts here. Again, it's all the same kind of like infographic nonsense that anyone can slap together. Usually if an account is fake or trying to pretend something that they're not, they're either going to do this or they'll have photos of other people's cards. I guess this is a mixture of both of those. Do they actually have all this stuff? Probably not. Maybe. Well, I guess they got the mandatory little like whatnot, can't stop cards stand here with the 3D printed nonsense that everyone uses. We have 99 subscribers on YouTube. So just going through the footage here, we got like some podcast stuff going on. I don't know if Jeremy Lee is necessarily one of the people that you want to have on there to lend credibility to yourself. Again, I'm not the most well versed in the sports scene, but there's a lot of bad actors. Same with there are in Pokemon, probably more so in sports, just because there's been more money in it for a longer period of time. But this is pretty much what we're dealing with. So there we have lots of live streams. I don't understand here how maybe it's on multiple platforms, but how in the world do you have you have breaks, you have like PSA sub reveals, you have like rip and ships, but how do you have 8 views on a rip and ship? Like who are you ripping and shipping to? Does that make any sense? Like even if you're doing it on another platform, you would think that there would be like, in order to do something like that, you have to have enough of a following to actually sell the stuff, unless you're just sitting there all night and like open something for like 2 people. Again, everyone's gonna start somewhere, but at the same time. So, all right, what do we got here? We have so the person that reached out to me, Anthony, who says, "Are you guys not in business anymore?" I'll put you in Google and it says permanently closed. And they reply back with, "Hey, Anthony, apologize for the delayed response. Just taking a look into your cards and they're still with Beckett. The biggest difference with Beckett versus PSA is they do not give status updates for which stage cards are at. So the only thing we know is as soon as cards are on the way back, they ship, as well as email upgrades. As soon as we get any type of confirmation or movement on your order, we will reach out to you. Thanks again for trusting us with your process, and any other questions, please let us know." So, yeah, so normally would you be all that concerned? It's the problem with this is it's very easy to look like short of the numbers that they're lacking, like your real business, whether or not you can just like post that stuff online. It's very easy to make a website. Well, clearly they don't have the website anymore, but at the same time, we got at least the email isn't like at Gmail or Hotmail or something like that, where they're trying to be an actual business, but at the same time, pretty odd. All right, so of course, good idea, Anthony. He reaches out to BGS and he asks them about the company that is called Can't Stop Cards Inc. It's possible he lied and didn't even send them to you guys in the first place, but I'm just trying to do anything I can to get my cards back. So that's the thing with BGS needs to somehow get their crap together in terms of like customer service. If you find out that there's a company that is saying that they are accepting cards, or that they're accepting cards from customers and sending them to you, it should be, you should have some kind of public disclaimer, just denouncing the fact and calling them out for pretending to ship cards to you when they're clearly not. So it's bad enough that the middleman stuff exists, but when you don't have like a straight answer or some kind of like public service announcement from BGS saying like, hey, we don't have anything to do with these guys, don't send your cards to them, which, yeah, you would think that would be a pretty nice thing to do to your customers, and just tell them to submit to you directly. But yeah. So Steven at Beckett says, "Unfortunately, I'm not sure if there is anything I can do at this point. Regards, customer support." Cool. So next up, we have some comments here on the boys on the Can't Stop Cards Instagram, where we have file police reports against this guy. Don't let him get away with taking our money. We have Alex who tags Card Prawn, another fake middleman. Alex that tagged me as well. I definitely did not see this at the time, but thank you for tagging me regardless. It's better to send me an actual DM and try to at least provide like a synopsis of what's going on, just in case I don't see this. They have so many notifications Even Instagram DMs are pretty bad. So if you can send me a Discord DM instead, it's much easier for me to go back and look. You can't, there's not even really a good way to search Instagram DMs once you have enough of them that it just kind of buries everything. Absolute radio silence from this company. WTF is going on? Am I going to have to file a report on this person? I'm trying to get in contact with you to get my slabs back that you have. Where is everyone's PSA sub? Why no response? So definitely some fraud going on here. Here's the account, once again with the same amount of followers following. Oh my god! Don't send your cards to some middleman that doesn't have they have nothing to lose at this point. I mean, it's pretty dumb of them to actually accept transactions for this stuff and to steal the cards, because it's going to be easily traced directly to them. I can't see how it won't be. But at the same time, whether or not everyone's going to get their stuff back, everyone's going to get their money back is a different story. It's bad. This is the dumb type of scammer. We've talked about the smart scammer before, but here we have the actual e-transfers. So they're taking e-transfers. For anyone that doesn't know, in Canada, e-transfer is basically the equivalent of Venmo or whatever. You can send between banks. It's like a quick email money transfer, and it's not very reversible. Very hard to reverse, similar to a PayPal, friends and family, etc. But on the other hand, you have to open a bank. You can't just open a magical bank account that doesn't have your actual name on it, etc. So it should be very easy for law enforcement to actually just find out who was the receiver of these funds. Whether they get to that in a timely manner or not is a different story. But not only are these people out cards, but they're also out the money that they were paying for the grading fees. So if Beckett doesn't even know who they are, short of for some reason Beckett just is being dumb and can't find the account or something like that. But everything kind of just adds up to the fact that they're probably just not a real business. Whether they posted some stupid podcasts and stuff like that. Oh, I also wanted to clown on this a little bit. We have in the about. They say, here to help you navigate through the hobby. How does a 99 subscriber can't stop cards fake middleman grading thing help you navigate through the hobby? The red flags are here, guys. Yes, don't be lazy. Send your own stuff in. There's still bad things that can happen that way, but at least it's reduced. All right, what else we got here? We got more contact here. Anthony here, who says hi there. He's contacting Beckett again. I'm just contacting you guys because I sent a few of my childhood Pokemon cards, which included Charizards, to a company called Can't Stop Cards. They're like a middleman service who then took my money and said they shipped them to you. I believe the owner's name is Andrew Castro. I was just wondering if you guys even heard of this company, because it has been 15 months since I sent the cards to him, and other people are saying he is not responding to them and they are not receiving their cards. This is worrying me, and honestly, I wasn't too sure who else to contact for help since he's not responding. So we have Christian from Beckett who says, hello, Anthony. We have never heard of this company. I am unaware of what we can do. I have forwarded this over to our management team. We hope this gets resolved for you soon. I tried calling him. His number is on the Facebook page. Please let us know if you find anything out. Best of luck. So that's the thing to check for too. Oftentimes, if it's a scam from the get-go, they're probably going to use an online service for the phone itself, whether that's for the text messages, etc., or the actual voice calls itself, with Google phone, etc., to try and seem like they have a real phone number or something like that, but in reality, they probably don't. So Anthony says, thank you for taking the time to respond and also for calling. I believe I got scammed. Many other people are saying the same thing happened to them, unfortunately. So when Beckett hears this, when their customer support hears this, when the higher-ups at Beckett should have an idea of what's going on here, there should be some kind of posts or something involved where you're saying, do not send anything to these people. They're scamming you. I mean, it should have been caught long before it has, but regardless, it's an issue now. Anthony says, heard that Andrew Castro submitted the cards and was unable to make the payment, so they could possibly still be with you guys. And a Shadowless 1999 Charizard, Base Set Charizard, Dark Charizard, Hollow, Shiny Star V, Black Japanese Charizard, and a Rainbow Charizard. Is that something that happens where people don't pay and cards are left there abandoned? Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Steven from Beckett says, if cards are not paid for, then we do still have them and they are either abandoned or still waiting for payment. We will need the original submitter to reach out to proceed with the order. Regards, customer support. All right. Steven says, I can talk to management and see what can be done, but I do not see an account under the name Andrew Castro. Do you have the name of the company? This is when he's talking about the Can't Stop cards, whether or not they submitted in under someone else, whether they submitted to another middleman, etc. Just don't, guys, don't trust your money to this stuff. We got, again, we're like all the like G-baller people that go to the like sports national cards show. Be careful with your cards. I mean, it's bad enough sending to BGS to begin with, but like a lot of bad things can happen, and when you're adding more potential sources of bad things, you might end up with something like this. So please let me know down in the comments, and send me a DM, preferably on Discord if you can, Instagram if you can't. And then just let me know if you were also affected, if you have any additional info on this, and if the Can't Stop Cards peeps would like to reach out to me, then by all means, Andrew, if you'd like to have a chat and figure this out, make sure everyone gets their cards and their money back, then by all means, let's do it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Remember to look out for each other out there. Be extra careful with all of this stuff. It's a lot of money. And it sucks for anyone that like has any sentimental value on the cards themselves. If they were raw to begin with, it could be very hard to track those down. Maybe they sold them, maybe they didn't, maybe there's some slight chance that you'll get your money back, but it's not looking good. Join the Discord. See you guys next time. Bye.